back away from defending his name. So you started trending with the announcement of the deal. You said they could bring $100 million. What do you say? If you don't have haters, you're doing something wrong?
Yeah, for sure.
So people came out, you tweeted out, talking bad about my name. And now the new version, the new quarter of you are starting to give people advice on what to do. You said, in 2024, let's make minding your business a thing.
Right?
Right.
I agree.
You also said, tired of being the bigger man taking the high road.
Yeah, that road is backed up right now.
But you always come out smiling, but you don't back down. I remember, I guess it was last year, Billboard came out with their 50 greatest rappers of all time list.
Yes.
And you spoke up and you said, I have issues with this. By the way, Ice Cube did too. Ice Cube was at number 18. He called the list irrelevant.
Well, he's on the list.
He was. I think he's on the list. He's on the list. He said the list was irrelevant. You said there ain't 50 rappers dead or alive or waiting to be born better than me.
But I'm not a hater, though. Congrats to everyone on the list. Congrats to everyone on the list.
So when you saw it, does it make you mad, or what were the feelings?
You know, not really. You know, these lists, they're meaningless because music is subjective.
It is.
You like who you want to like. You know, everybody has their favorite artist and their favorite, you know, whoever. But my thing was...
Let me clear my throat.
Yeah. Because this is a list, you know, comprised by Billboard.
Yeah.
They do numbers and statistics, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so that list is impossible to make without Ja Rule being on it. Statistically, impossible.
Well, I put the numbers up at the beginning of the show. We named all of your rankings on the Billboard list.
And those was number ones. We talking about 17, 20, top 10 entries.
Yeah.
You know, like, come on, man. And there's the artists that on the list that don't have #1 records, don't have #1 albums.
Right.
So, you know, I'm not knocking anybody on the list because, like I said, music is subjective.
Right.
And when it comes to some of the older artists, you kind of got to go by a different metric system
it's like, I don't like NBA rankings.
Sales, they didn't have the thing. So
I
get
like
that.
It. Yeah.
But I said what I said.
I love it. Okay. You've won this audience over. So you and Ashanti, of course, you have the #1 hit, Always on Time.
Yeah.
You performed. She is so fly, and been a guest on our show. You performed New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
I have to tell you, the last time I saw Ashanti, and she knows she had to join us by Zoom, her Wi-Fi, somebody did not pay the bill because the interview kept going out. I gave them grief.
They got that janky Wi-Fi.
They got that janky Wi-Fi. But then there was that viral moment that Nelly had shown up on stage and he was smiling at her. And I said, Ashanti, what's going on? She laughed and kikied through it. Were you surprised by the reunion of Nelly and Ashanti?
Not really. Not really.
Why not?
You know, so her and my wife, they do they hi-hi kikiing, right? And so, you know, you can tell sometimes when, you know, women, they know they want that old thing back, or they know. I don't want to blow sis up. I don't want to blow sis up. But the chemistry was there. The chemistry was there. And,
I agree.
And I think for both of them, you know, it came back quick. So, I think they missed each other. It had to be that way because the way they just clicked and came back so fast, it was, you know.
I thought it was beautiful.
It's spin the block season.
I love it.
It's spin the block season. Everybody's spinning the block.
Everybody's spinning. What does spinning the block mean?
Oh, going back to your old boo thing.
Okay, clearly I've been married too long. I don't even know what it means. Well, I am not spinning the block with anybody.
I live on the block. That's it. We live on the block.
I live on the block where my house is right now.
We live on the block.
You're going on tour this summer.
Yes.
Like, I mean, does it feel as good now as it did then?
Yeah. You know, people have seen me perform
Yeah.
plenty of times, but not like this.
Not like this.
Not like this. This show I'm doing with full production. You know, I got mountains and fire, and I got suns and moons and floating stages, and so yeah. So I wanted to do this one a little bit different. Like I said, I wanted to celebrate this with my fans, and so. We gonna have a good time.
I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be there.
Yeah, come on
another
out,
layer.
come on out.
We gonna all look. We're all be there. The whole damn fam. We're coming to see you, y'all. We're coming. I had to ask you. Coming up a little bit later, we have American Idol winner Just Sam performing on the show. Just Sam was trending a couple of years ago when they were spotted back on the subway performing after winning Idol. You saw that same story. And I love that you reached out to Just Sam to say, whatever I can offer you, whatever I can do to get you back on stage. What was it about? I mean, I think it's obvious what it was, but it moved you enough to reach out.
I mean, she's immensely talented. You know, unfortunately in this business, this is a very tough business. There's a lot of talent sitting on the shelf. You know, I was just talking to my guys in the back. You drive down, you know, Skid Row in LA. There's probably, you know, Oscar winners, future Oscar winners and Grammy winners laying on the ground.
Yeah.
And so there's talent everywhere, and it's just like, I'm in a position where I can pay it forward.
Yeah.
I've always been that artist, you know, even with my sister Ashanti, you know, when I did Always on Time. You know, Gotti was like, let's put Alicia Keys on it, let's put Beyonce, let's get, you know, he wanted to get other artists that were big at the time. And, you know, we were doing songs with everybody, you know, and I'm like, let's get sis, she's right here, she's in the studio, she's new, she's been putting in the work. We put her on, you know, and on the record, and you know, the rest is history. So, I know the power of that, you know, and sharing your opportunities. I seen a good quote the other day, made by Cat Williams, but it was a great quote. It was a great quote. It was a great quote. And it was talking about, you know, being, you know, giving. And he basically said, I'm paraphrasing, I don't remember the whole thing, but he said, when you make deposits in life to others, the bank is never closed for you.
Yeah. I love that.
And so,
love that.